Now, Cristiano Ronaldo literally warned us. Cristiano Ronaldo telling Piers that World Cup is not my dream anymore suddenly looks prophetic. Days later, Portugal went to lose to Ireland yesterday, and CR7 got a silly and a very avoidable red card. Now, this creates the narrative that Ronaldo himself subconsciously doesn't care, and it showed in his moments of frustration. Because if your heart is not in it, it shows. Now the fans are asking, if Ronaldo says the World Cup isn't his dream, why is he even playing? That red card felt like a man mentally disconnected, and when the captain disconnects, the whole team will suffer. The way Cristiano Ronaldo went from leader to liability is something that needs to be studied. Ronaldo is Portugal's greatest icon by far, not even close. But in that match, he wasn't the hero, he was the problem. Instead of lifting the team, he left them hanging, playing with 10 men in a must-win match. Not necessarily a must-win, but they just needed a draw and they would have solidified the spot at the World Cup. But no, he had to do something stupid and they went on to lose the game. Now, this went on to create a psychological butterfly effect. His words created pressure. His attitude created tension. His red card created a disaster. One interview, one mindset, one moment can derail an entire nation's qualification path, which he almost did. Yes, and I say almost because they still have a chance against Armenia, of which a lot of people, even me included, feel like they are going to go out there and dominate. So, did he choose his legacy over his nation? Ronaldo's interview looked more and more like a personal PR play than a team-driven mindset. When a player focuses more on his legacy than his locker room, mistakes happen, and now Portugal has paid for it. By publicly detaching himself from the World Cup dream, Ronaldo didn't just drop his own ambition, he dropped the entire squad's morale. He dropped the entire nation's dream. He dropped the entire nation's morale also, which is absolutely crazy. And the fact that he does not even see what is happening is it's just another point that his ego sometimes, his pride is just bigger than everything, bigger than himself, bigger than an entire nation, bigger than the dreams of other players. And it seriously needs to stop because it is becoming very detrimental, not just for him, but for the team also. Because the Portuguese young players look up to him. If their leader doesn't care, so why should they fight for something he says isn't his dream? And even if they do go into that World Cup fighting for something they believe is their dream, how do you think they would feel knowing that there is a man there with them in that squad that does not feel the same way? It's just crazy. So yes, the conversation will always be, CR7's ego versus the Portugal dream, right? Ronaldo's desire to control the narrative, to sound bigger than the tournament, may end up destroying the dreams of his teammates who have waited their whole lives for this moment. So to just toss it under the bus and make it look like their dreams and everything is insignificant because I am the greatest, I don't have to, live up to whatever expectation the football world, the footballing community has of me, is just absolutely, terrible. Now, going back to the red card, this selfishness has consequences, A red card from frustration isn't random. It just means that Cristiano Ronaldo is emotionally careless, and that carelessness could cost their players their only chance at a World Cup. Now, Portugal doesn't deserve to suffer for his personal storyline. The World Cup is a team dream. Ronaldo has already won everything else many of these players haven't. If his arrogance, frustration, and indifference ruins this campaign for Portugal and for the nation and these players, he would have taken their dreams with him. He would have crushed a nation's dreams and his players also with him.